Welcome to episode 4 of the Creepy Cringe Vault. My name is Gerald. I'll be your resident storyteller for the night. And the name of this episode is Can't Buy Me Love, Fortunate Son. Forewarning, this story contains gruesome content, so viewer discretion is advised. And if you like this content, like, comment, and subscribe. So here we go. This story focuses around the son of a billionaire. And when I say billionaire, I mean the richest man in the world. This man, the father, had opened up a art museum consisting of primitive art. And his son, well, he wanted to make daddy proud. He went out to the most remote tribes, remote places in the world to see what primitive art he could buy. So, along his travels, he came across a primitive river tribe. This tribe lived on the river that outlet into the sea. So, this was a saltwater, freshwater river. And he docks, and the tribe takes him in. And he gets a good look at the art, and this was the most beautiful, just stuff people in the Western world had never seen before. Just unbelievable art. His pieces, if he could get them, would be the masterpiece, the gem of Daddy's new museum. So he's having conversation with the tribesmen. Everything's going fine. He's negotiating, wheeling, dealing. They accept him in. They're treating him with respect. And for some reason, he finds pieces that they want. Nice big statues. Just immaculate, wonderful, beautiful artwork. Again, stuff that has never been seen before. This tribe was very primitive. He just fell in love with them. He had to have them. So start negotiating. Well, he had struck a deal with the tribesmen, and he had given them goods and said, here we go. For some reason, they did not take the statue right away. Maybe because he didn't have the proper boat to take it away. But he left the tribe. He gave him the goods, but he didn't get the statue. And a couple months go by, and he said, well, I'm going to go check on this tribe, this river tribe, see if I could get my statue. I paid for it. I want my statue, So on their way to the village, it was him and his buddy and 2 tribe members on their way to get the statue. They're in the sea still, and they're real close to the river entrance, and the motor stops on the boat. Like, oh no, what's going on? They can't get to the river without the motor. The current's too hard. So they're scurrying around for ideas, what they want to do. The son had all his precious goods still on the boat. He didn't want to leave the boat. And his buddy was not a good swimmer. So luckily, the young tribesmen, they were good swimmers. They said, hey, we're gonna swim to shore. We'll get help. Don't worry, just sit tight. So they leave, and a couple hours go by, and the two men, they drift further and further away from shore with no word from anybody. And the son, he gets to thinking, well, maybe if I don't do anything now, we're both gonna just die out here. So he had to make a move. He decided he was gonna swim to shore, get help, and hopefully he would be rescued. They would both be rescued. So he dives into the ocean, grabs a gas can, ties it on him as a flotation device, and he starts backstroking all the way to the river entrance. It took him 12 hours, but he did make it. He made it, and the tribesmen had seen him, and they submerge him on they go to him on their canoes. There's 5 or 6 canoes. The whole tribe's out there. And the son just stares at them, up at them in the water, looking. The leader of the tribe turns and looks at one member, turns and looks at the other, and they both nod. And they pick the son up on the boat, and they take him to shore. While they're getting out of the boat, they set the boy on the ground, on his knees, looking up at him, and the mood totally changes. They start doing a chant, a tribal chant, never been heard before. And then he looks up at them and they stop. And they all start laughing. And then they start to chant again. Well, the son realizes that something's wrong and tries to escape. And he gets a jab on the side. They jabbed him with the spear. Now he's on his knees again. They pull the spear out, and he tries to talk again. They get his other side. They take the fortunate son into a clearing and lay him face down on the ground. They push his head down on the ground, grab an axe, and they turned him into Ichabod Crane. See, what had happened? This tribe did not agree to sell their statue to him. In fact, they were severely offended that this fortunate son would come up and just think he could throw goods at them and take their precious artwork. These were sacred artifacts to them. And this is where this part gets gruesome, where it gets really gruesome. Not only did they take off this fortunate son's head, but they processed him like a farm animal, and they had eaten him. They had removed his brain, and the 3 elders of the tribe were the only ones allowed to consume his brain. They took his skull and they covered it, decorated it, and kept it as a war trophy. The moral of this story is, don't go where you're not supposed to go. And if you're going where you're not supposed to be going, don't think you could throw your money around and buy whatever you want, especially sacred statues. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Creepy Cringe Vault, and I will see you on the flip side.